Hi guys, it's Thea with Gingham and Glue. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope everybody's doing well today. I hope your weather's good. We are having crazy high winds today. We're talking like 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. It's insane. Um, Not quite, and it's warm. So I don't know if we're going to be getting some storms in or not. I really haven't checked the weather. But definitely need to keep an eye on some things. Make sure we don't get any tree damage or anything like that, because it's pretty rough out there today. And thank God it was not this windy 1 year ago today, because today is the 1 year anniversary of our house fire. I was home alone. It was about mid-morning, and I had gotten up with the dogs to let them outside early, and my husband left for work, and I went back to bed. I was also in a lot of pain that day, and I was sleeping, and I was dreaming, and in my dream, someone was yelling at me, and it sounded like my dad. Um, and my father passed away, in 2010, April 13th of 2010, and just as soon as he started yelling at me, I heard this loud noise, and I sat straight up in bed, and one of the dogs next to me on the bed let out the weirdest growl I think I've ever heard come out of her. And I heard it again, and it was starting to get louder. And so I thought, well, maybe my husband came home early for lunch, or had forgotten something, or just decided to take the day off. So I started yelling his name. I yelled it several times, and the noise kept getting louder. At this point, all three dogs are growling. Um, and I thought, oh my God, someone's in the house. So not even thinking, I get up out of bed. Now, mind you, I'm in my pajamas, and, well, sort of. And I I get over to the bedroom door, and I very quickly yank the door open. And as soon as I did, I see that the entire attic fan is engulfed in flames. Um, and I just freaked out. I think if somebody else would have been home with me, I wouldn't have panicked as much as I did. But I was by myself with the dogs. I knew I had to get us out. I had to call 911. I had to put pants on. I had to find my glasses. And I'm trying to do all of this at once. And as I let one of my dogs out of her kennel, because she was actually in her kennel, and she and one of the other dogs hid under the bed. So I'm trying to get them out from under the bed. And mind you, my mobility is very limited. Um, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get all of us out. I had to take one dog at a time, leaping over flames and debris, mind you. Um, got them out the front door. And as soon as I finally get outside, excuse me, I'm on the phone with 911. My next door neighbor, who never comes home during the day, like hardly ever, he is pulling up into his driveway. So I call this a total God moment. I'm screaming and yelling for him, and he sees the dogs running all over the place. He thinks I'm just trying to get him to help get the dogs. So he comes walking over, and I'm screaming at him at this point. The house is on fire. So he comes running. There was a fire extinguisher in the garage. So he ran and grabbed the fire extinguisher, got up into the upstairs, and managed to get most of the fire put out before all of them came. And I swear to you, I had every fire truck from the county in my yard. It was insane. They put me in an ambulance because I was really having a hard time breathing, and again, in a lot of pain. And so, and I had managed to get a hold of my husband and my mom, and my husband shows up, and I got out of the ambulance, and as soon as I saw him, I just lost it. I just had a complete meltdown. But thank the Lord, we had comparably minimal damage. Come to find out, we had had a lightning strike out at like right next to our barn about a month prior, and it had run through into the house and blew all my husband's electronics, like his TV, his stereo receiver, his Xbox. So yeah, and then so we didn't think anything of it after that point. Well, no joke, this thing had traveled and smoldered for a month, ran through up into my son's bedroom. When they had pulled all the wall out, you could see where it had completely singed the insulation. And then it ran up into the attic, and that's where it just ignited. And a month. So we were sitting and sleeping and living with that in our home and had no idea. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So again, long story short, we're fine. We were out of our house for 6 months, almost 6 months. They had to move us into a, just a rental until they could get all, the insurance taken care of, and all the, the people coming in to redo the home, the contractor and electrician and all that. So it took that long. But we were so blessed not to have lost everything. My in-laws lost everything to a house fire back in 2002. And I just can't imagine that happening to us, and so yeah, today is kind of, like I said, it's a bittersweet day. Thank God I'm alive. My dogs are alive. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost them. So yeah. So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to ramble on you. But like I said, it's a good day to remember, count your blessings, and be thankful that I can sit here and do projects with you guys, and just love and enjoy the whole junk journaling community. So anyway, okay. So I've started another project. Okay, so I was going through all of my stuff, and I came across these Paper Studio paper packs. They're 4.5 by 6.5 inches. And I was looking at them, and I was like, I really should use these up at some point, and then I, of course, started going through them and looking, and I was like, I wonder if I could do something Christmassy with these. Obviously, they're not your typical Christmas colors, obviously, but I think that's the challenge, is to turn them into something Christmassy. So I started playing around, and lo and behold, I've got stuff that works. So I thought that was so cool, and I thought, okay, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to make 2 little small journals, Christmas journals, with the paper from the paper pack. Now, granted, I have not done anything with this one, but I've started using this one. So this is what I came up with. I grabbed one of my paper brown bags that I have, and I trimmed it down to the size I needed. I re-glued the side. I opened up the bottom, and then I took my decorative edge scissors and edged it essentially with the scissors. So my first one is going to be this one. I think the Christmas tree looks great with it. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but again, that's the challenge, right? So, and then I came up with this one. So I'm gonna do another paper bag with this background and this Santa, and I think it works really well. It's so weird, you're like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to match any of this, but I think I have. So I'm going to set this one to the side and we're going to work on this one. I also found some of these Curio, they're called sticker swatches. And oh my gosh, all of the colors go with what I'm working on. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Yeah, I've got all these really fun little sticker embellishments. So definitely going to be using this. Need to use these. I mean, seriously, I mean, that's like awesome. So I think I'm going to run this sticker. I'm going to run along the top and the bottom. I think it's just so cute. I wish that they'd given me two. Let me see if I've got, no, I don't. I was just making sure I didn't miss one, and I didn't. So, but I thought that this border would look really cute along the bottom. So first things first, and I was looking at what I was going to use for wording. I do like the Noel, but I think we're actually going to go with this one, the Silent Night, Holy Night. I like the oval better. It breaks up a lot of the, you know, the lines that are going on. We've got, you know, hard corners. So I think that that kind of breaks it up a little bit, gives it more dimension. So what we're going to do, let me set this over here. We need to ink this. So we'll get going on that real quick, hopefully. So like I said, I hope everyone's doing good today. Hope everyone's getting some decent weather. Yeah, that wind is just insane. I managed to get some stuffed coffee dyed yesterday, and so I've got 2 trays. They're those disposable big tin trays, you know, that you get for cooking, you know, your turkey or whatever. And I had I don't know how, but I ended up with like 3 are different sizes. And so I've got them outside. They're weighted down so they can't get blown away, hopefully. But I figured the wind would definitely help the drying process. So yeah, I got some glassine envelopes tea dyed. I've got doilies that are drying downstairs in the kitchen. So yeah, I was pretty excited. I've got just regular, you know, copy paper drying. They're the ones outside. So okay, I think I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and ink up the tree. Yeah, so our hot water heater finally croaked. We were actually down to, it's a 2 element water heater, and my husband was aware we were actually down to 1 element. We've been down to 1 element for, I don't know, maybe a month or so. So we knew it was probably only a matter of time. But my husband went to get up to go to work the other day, and yeah, there was like no hot water. So fortunately we have an extra home warranty plan. Well, it's not home, but it's like your, all your electronics, your, you know, like water heater and AC and refrigerator and stove and dishwasher, things like that. Your appliances. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So fortunately, we only had to pay, we only had to pay about $125 for a brand new water heater. So that was nice. But we finally got that in yesterday, and oh my, well, first of all, it's much bigger than the first one, or the old one. And yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So we were pretty happy with that. Okay. So I think that's good. Let me peel this off real quick and see what it looks like here. Yeah, that's going to be really cute. We're going to do it obviously both, I think both facing down versus one up, one down. I think that would kind of look weird. Okay, so I'm going to put that, make sure I got the edge right. Now, if this doesn't stick well, I will definitely run glue under it. Okay, there's one. And this one, we're gonna have to kind of do as, or maybe I do need to go this way. Because if I glue, let's see. Oh, yeah, because that would have to go like that. Them both down. It kind of be taking away from the edging of the bag just a little bit. No, I think that'll work. Let's flip it over. Which way? That is the question. So we could do this, and then we've got even edging of the bag. But if we do this, then it's kind of covering up a little bit. No, I think that'd be okay. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. All right, so let me just make sure it's even. I can trim off the excess. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. All right, trim this and trim this. Yeah, so I really challenge you guys to use colors that you wouldn't normally use with Christmas and see what you can come up with. You just never know, right? Oh, I think I missed that edge. Or I didn't do it very well. I'm gonna make sure that's kind of really inked. I kind of want it, you know, overflowing a little bit onto the paper bag. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down. Maybe. Sorry, I gotta unclog my glue bottle. Yeah, I love the Santa and the other paper. I think it looks really cool. And I should say I'm using a lot of the Fussy Cuts from, I think My Porch Prints. I know there are some in there for My Porch Prints, but there may be others, so I apologize. I just kind of pulled everything together, so, you know, use what you got, right? Come on, stay. All right, let's make sure we get this even. Okay, we've got a couple little sides that are a little uneven, but it's okay. It is okay. Although I could trim that up a little bit. I'll wait till I get everything on. All right, so let's do our tree. I've been feverishly watching Shabby Dabby Doodah and Patricia Viramontes because of all of the different page pockets and the all of Tina's mask making, you know, so that I can get some stuff made, you know, so that I'll have on hand for other projects. And so far, I've actually gotten quite a bit done, which is amazing in and of itself. Okay, let's do this one. Oop. So I knew that was going to kind of hang over the border a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so there we go. There's our cover. All right, so now we just want to, of course, add our pages. And what I'm going to be using, I pulled out, well, I'm going to be using some of, I should say. All right, let me move these out of the way, although I want to keep that. I do have some old Creative Memory journal cards, like a ton, which match just about everything I'm working on. So we'll probably be using some of those. So I'll set those to the side. I did find these really cool that I had taken from magazines. These really, really cool, I don't even know what they are. I think this one is, it's from a design book. It was like old, I don't know if it was wallpaper designs or what, but I thought that would work really well. Then we've got all, I took one page each from the paper pack, so we'll be using those. Then I have all of these scrapbooking pages that I had, and these all go. These all match. So I'm going to cut these down. Oh, and my bag, I started with, I apologize, I should have told you that. And I had this one. Hang on just a sec. Let me grab my paper bag, or a paper bag. So this is the paper bag I started with. This is all the way to, you know, the flap with the flap hanging out. This one's a little crinkled. Yeah, so this is 12. Well, we'll say 11 3/4, but I think they might consider it a 12 inches, I should say. And this is 8.5. Okay, so then I had to cut it down. So this is now 9 3/4 by just a little over 6 3/4. Yeah, just a little over 6 3/4. So yeah, and I mean, obviously it'll just depend on what you're using, you know, what paper you're using, if you want to keep the full size of the bag, you know, whatever. So, okay. I'm going to actually, before I do anything, let me measure again real quick. I need to write it down so I'm not constantly having to go back to it. Okay, this is 9 3/4 by we're gonna say 6 3/4. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna want them a little bit shorter than that because, you know, I want them to fit. I could go by this measurement and then just double it, but I don't know. We'll see. It sounds too complicated to me, to be honest. Way too complicated. All right. So you set that there. And this is obviously a 12 by 12. Flip it over and mark it. I'll try and cut some, you know, a couple at a time. Okay, so we said 9 3/4. Let's make it 9 1/2. Okay. By 6 okay, so we'll say 6 1/2. All right. And as usual, yes, my desk is a disaster. I've cleaned it several times just in the last 2 days because it just got so crazy. You know, I've been working on a lot of stuff, so when you work on a lot of stuff, of course, it gets messy. Oop. I said I was gonna cut a several at a time, but I'm gonna only do this one first, so I make sure my measurements are correct. And of course, we'll use some coffee stained paper too, which that of course does not work, but this one does. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't measure to save my life. I understand why Tina doesn't measure anything. You just kind of wing it. Does make it a whole lot easier, doesn't it? I'm gonna go there. Sometimes I measure, sometimes I don't. It just really, it honestly just depends. Gotta trim up that edge. You just have to do what you can, right? All right. Okay, so this is going to be essentially my template. What do I have? Is that the same? Yeah, same width. It's just not as long, and we can still use that. if we want to. This one is it's a little green, but that is okay. I hope you guys will craft with me and make your own. And I'd love to see what you come up with. I'd love to see that. I do put my my email in the comments. So if you'd like to email me what you've come up with, and then what I can do is I can post it on my Gingham and Glue Facebook page. I think that would seriously be awesome. Be able to see what everybody's done. How the heck did that? It's like crooked. I must not have had the page right up against the trimmer or something. This is probably not the best thing to do. Probably the best thing to do is this. So I want my edges at least a little bit straight. Okay, that's better. Jeez, I don't know what happened there, but okay. Then I've got this orange, which again, I think goes really well. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just mark this up. Oh, it's a two-sided paper, so that's kind of cool. Didn't even notice that. You'd think if I just move some of this crap out of the way, right? Okay. All right. We'll whittle these down. I'll try and get these I see my one mark. Now I don't see my other. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I thought working on something a little bit different today might just kind of break it up a little bit. Give it a little more variety. Okay. Obviously, we'll hang on to those. I do have these, but I think these are just going to be too bold, too orange, too much. So I think I'm not going to do those. I know this orange is the one I did is obviously very bold, but it's more of a solid color. And so I think that we can get away with it. Okay, I do have this one, which I definitely think will go. It's muted and understated. Okay. I did go through all of my books yesterday, pulled out some that I know like I ended up with just randomly, stuff I know I'll never read, or I don't like, or, whatever it was. And I managed to pull out quite a few. So yay, I'm able to use that for book pages. Also a new glue book, because I needed a glue book really bad. Okay. Make sure. Yep. Okay, then we have this one, which I think will definitely go. Let's move this over here. And this is directional. So, yeah, we want to do it this way. Whoops, I need to cut that border off first. Cut the border. I had forgotten I had all this scrapbook paper from when I scrapbooked, and stuff that my mom had given me, and I mean, who knows where I got most of it, but yeah, my husband brought up a Tupperware bin, the ones with the drawers, up to me the other night, and I was just like, oh my gosh, look at all this paper. So I was pretty excited about that. He said, oh, you won't have to buy paper for a while. I just laughed at him. They don't know. They don't understand, right? Okay. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Slide these over here. I did grab this one. I think that will work. Yeah, I think it'll work. If I get it in there and I'm like, ugh, then obviously I won't put it in, but I think it will. Is my messy desk driving you nuts? I'm telling you, I've straightened it up. I really have. I really need to get busy on the rest of my craft room, because it's yeah, it's a mess. It is a mess. I think part of my problem is half the stuff I don't even know what I'm going to do with, I don't want to just store it or dump it in another room. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to get rid of it or sell it or anything like that. So it's just frustrating, Okay. Then we've got these two, excuse me. Oh yeah, I was gonna cut more than, I've got this one, even though that's more turquoise, I still think this will work. Then we've got this one, definitely, and this one, which I think, and this one as well. So I definitely think we can use these. I think the tones work, the colors work. So, like I said before, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but we're gonna try and do Christmas as best we can with these colors. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that that's even. Why does this feel off? That one's... Sorry, give me a second. This is feeling off. It's not. This piece is a little long, but it works. Okay. I don't know. It just felt weird there for a second. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna try and cut all of these at once. We'll see how I do. Of course, I say that, and then oh, come on. Sorry, guys. Well, I managed to poke a little hole in it. Okay, well, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. This one? Yes. Okay. Whew. All right. I set that there. I definitely want to incorporate these. I think they're just really cool. And let me get all my scraps out of the way. Try and clean this up just a smidge. Obviously we're keeping those. We've got that, and we've got this. Not sure how I'm going to use those yet, but it's all good. Okay. Set those there, and these can all go in their own bag. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Okay, we need some coffee stain paper, which also need to be cut to size. How many do I need or want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6. I'm definitely going to, I'm only going to cut 3 at a time. That one one's still a little taller, so I need to trim that. Okay. Let's get these. I hope I'm in camera. Am I in camera? Yes, I am. And what are we at for time? Oh, goodness. 45 minutes already. Sorry, my story took up most of that, didn't it? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's cut these. Okay. Okay, there's our first set. And line that up. You know what I've always wanted is a pink Christmas tree or a white Christmas tree with pink decorations. I have tried my hardest over the years to convince my husband to let me have one. And it was pretty much always a big fat no. Just like, come on. It's just for me, you know, I'll put it in my bedroom. You won't have to really look at it. Yeah. A big fat no. Ugh. Fine. No pink Christmas tree. I'll just make a pink Christmas journal, which is what I'm doing. So excited to get it done. All right. Save those. Now we just need to decide. I think what I'm going, did I run over? No, okay. I think what I'm going to do with the other pages that came from the paper pack is use them as pocket pages or page pockets, pockets. I can probably do a couple coin pouches, some journaling cards, definitely journaling cards and tags. So yeah, these will all be the accent pieces. These, I think I'm also going to use for ephemera. You know, just, it's double-sided, so what I could do is do a couple of tags, line one side with some coffee stained paper, and that way I can get one side and the other, you know, the colors. So I think that would work. Just need to get my pages, figure out which one I want first. What do I want first? Let's set this over here to give us some inspiration. Yeah, I couldn't find, I wish I'd been able to find like some of that teal. Let me, because I'd really like to pull that out. Is that, oh, it is. I've got some of this teal vellum. Oh, yes, let's look at, let's do that. I've also got some teal polka dotted vellum, so we'll take that out. And I've got to have some teal somewhere. With all the paper that I had, you would think, right? Oh, and then I've got, I never should have gone to look again. I do have these, which are really pretty. Ooh, I do love that. It's got a little bit of teal in there. Maybe I'm going to add a couple more pages. I'm not going to use that one. Yeah, I know I've got to have some teal. I really just want to bring that out a little bit more, especially with the other blues going on, the darker blues. What's this? That's the same one, just in monochrome. That would work. It's obviously, it's a brighter teal, but you know, again, we've got that vellum going on. Yeah, that one too. Okay. So yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna add I'm gonna add some pages because these are so pretty, and I think that would go really, really well. So again, not super teal. This is super teal. So you know, and I can get away with doing this. You know, plus you know you want to mix it up a little bit, right? Okay. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to cut these off camera. I think we're going to call it for today. And then once I've got all of these cut out and I've, you know, done my signature the way I want it, then I will come back and we will put it together. We'll sew it in. Hopefully I don't have too many pages because this is a fairly thin paper bag. What I may do is run something here, whether it's fabric or I don't know. I've got some sports tape that would work too. Yeah, I'll figure it out, but we definitely need to put something here, so just to kind of reinforce it a little bit. Obviously we've got 2 pockets. So the other thing that I need to do is I need to, well, once we get the signature in, I was gonna say we need to sew it, but I'm not gonna sew it. I could have beforehand, but yeah, no, that's gonna work. It'll be fine. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. But I will be back and we'll put the signature in and then we'll start decorating. We also need to work on this for sure. And I keep saying that and we don't. So I have a feeling I'll be making a couple more videos today. So anyway, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. And if you liked my video, please give me a big thumbs up and I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.